Hey guys, Inder this side from 24/7 Everything. Hope you all are doing great. We are again back with another video, and this time it's on Asus Zenfone Max Pro M1. So in this particular video, we'll be going to do the review part of Android 10 Beta 5 versus Android 10 Beta 4. So let's begin with that. So I've already opened the about section with respect to Android 10 Beta 5 version. So you can see security patch level of 5 December 2020 is available on Android 10 Beta 5, whereas 5 August 2020 security patch is available in Android 10 Beta 4. Aside to that, build date on Android 10 Beta 5 is December 3rd, 2020, whereas on Android 10 Beta 4 it is September 3rd, 2020. Now after initial introduction to both the versions, now let's move to system section. So here you will see all like these things are common in both the versions, be it gestures or either system navigation. In both the version you will find 3 button 2 button gesture navigation. So I'm just going to skip it for now so that we can cut down the time, as I've already covered this in my dedicated review part, and I'll be sharing those in the description box below so that you can go over afterward. Aside to that, now we'll be discussing about developer options. So if you are not aware that how to turn it on, so for that you just have to move to about phone section, and then just below that, or I would say scroll to the very bottom where you will find build number. Just tap 7 to 8 times until unless it will say you are a developer now. Afterward, move to system and you will find this developer option. In this, the very first thing that you should do is always turn on USB debugging, and this is available in each and every Android phone. I'm just debugging it just from the information part. So even in Android 10 Beta 5 or in Android 10 Beta 4, you will find this game driver preferences. I've already created a dedicated video on this particular topic in the past, and I'll be sharing the URL for the same in the description box below so that you can go over afterward. Now let's move to the drawing section. So there we'll discuss few settings. So I am in drawing section, and we'll be discussing Windows animation scale, transition animation scale, and animator duration scale. So I will always suggest to make it as 0.5x so that your transition would be much faster as compared to the default one. By default it is 1x, so I always suggest you to keep these three settings set up as a 0.5x. Afterward, just move to the theming section, which will be available in the very bottom on these developer option. So you will find accent color, headline body font, and icon shape. So for the accent color, by default it is device default. Let me select black. Now it is changed to black, and you will see it is implemented system wide. Afterward, headline and body font. So by default it is device default. Now I am going to change Noto Serif or Source Sans Pro. So it will be changed like this. Aside to that, icon shape is device default. Now I'll be going to change my personal favorite, that is teardrop. So it will be implemented system wide. So these two options, like these options are available in both the versions. So there is a tie between this. So till now Android 10 Beta 5 is only having an upper edge in terms of security patch level because it is having a latest December 2020. Now after developer option in system section, now let's move to the security part. So again in security part there is a tie, like be it pin, pattern, password, swipe, all are working absolutely fine. Aside to this, fingerprint scanner is also working, face unlock or face recognition is also working fine. So there is no change in both the versions. So after security section, now let's move to the storage section. So on both the versions, be it Android 10 Beta 5 or Android 10 Beta 4, your internal and external storage both are accessible. Aside to that, USB preferences are also working, using which you can connect your phone with PC or laptop and can send data from mobile to PC or laptop, or from PC or laptop to mobile. So there is no issue at all. So again there is a tie in storage section. After storage, now let's move to sound section. So even on both the versions, be it Android 10 Beta 5 or 4, the sound quality is same by default. But again, if you are facing a poor quality in both the versions, then I'll be sharing a URL in the description box below so that you can go over afterward, and it is applicable from Android 10 Beta 5 to Android 10 Beta Android 10 Beta 1 to Android 10 Beta 5. So you can just follow the instructions in that particular video and you will be able to see a good quality video. Although as per my experience, sometimes I feel like sound quality on Android 10 Beta 5 is somewhat good, but sometimes with respect to random bass or bass issues, you will see that it is poor quality. So overall, like sound is same on both the versions, so there is no problem with that, or I would say there is no if and but. So again a tie in sound section for both the scenarios or both the versions. Afterward, display section, although there is nothing major available here, Same settings are available for both both the version, be it Android 10, Beta 5 or 4. So show lockdown option, if you will turn it on, then it will be available in this particular section, or power menu. If you will turn it off, then it will be removed. Aside to that, ambient display for new notification, it is also working fine for both the version and Beta 5 and Beta 4 too. So after display section, now let's move to the battery section and discuss the battery analysis with respect to both the versions like Beta 5 and Beta 4. So firstly, we will be discussing charging time. So in Beta 5, to charge the phone from 0 to 100%, it took 2 hours and 47 minutes. And whereas in Beta 4 version, it took nearly about 3 hours and 8 minutes to fully charge phone from 0 to 100%. So you can see a difference of 20 to 25 minutes in both the versions. But if now we will be discussing about ideal battery drainage in both the version, you will see that there is a problem in Android 10 Beta 5. So if we'll be going by ideal battery drainage, so on Android 10 Beta 4, whatsoever I have like analyzed at my side, I'm going to discuss those. So on Android 10 Beta 4, I have seen 6 to 7% battery was draining over a span of 8 to 9 hours. So same was also happening on like Android 10 Beta 5. But usually I restart my phone after whenever I'm checking or I am doing these idle battery drainage related analysis. So I see a bummer on Android 10 Beta 5. So whenever I am restarting my phone after a certain idle battery drainage period like 7 to 8 hour or 8 to 9 hour, I have like analyzed, or I have encountered nearly about sometimes 5 to 10% additional battery was draining. In one instance, it was nearly about 20 to 21%. So this was although because of the battery matrix was not refreshing. So that can also be an issue. So if you are also facing a same issue, then you can confirm it in the comment section below. That will surely help us. So now let's discuss about battery consumption with respect to gaming. So for that, I'm just going to open Call of Duty for now. So I've just opened the like I would say audio and graphic settings for the Call of Duty. So if you are familiar with my videos, then you know that what I'm going to discuss it now. So usually whenever I do analysis, I usually play 2 to 3 different time a gameplay of 1 hour, so that I can analyze the proper battery consumption and overall lag and gameplay experience and so on. So Android 10 Beta 5 with these graphic qualities and frame rate settings, the battery consumption for 1 hour of gameplay was 15 to 16%, and it was also same on Android 10 Beta 4 as well. Whereas the temperature readings which I have noted down on Android 10 Beta 5 were like before starting the gameplay it was 19 degree, and as soon as I completed a 1 hour of gameplay it was 32 degree. Whereas in Android 10 Beta 4 before starting the gameplay the temperature readings were like 36 degree, and as soon as completion of 1 hour of gameplay it was 40 degree. So usually Android 10 Beta 5 came in December, which was in winter season, and Android 10 Beta 4 came in August, or I would say September, which was almost on a verge of summer season and so on. So you will see some sort of like I would say major changes with respect to temperature readings and so on. And apart to this, gameplay or gaming session on both were lag free, butter smooth, so there was no option. So again, I would say almost tie with little bit changes with respect to temperature reading, but that depends upon the weather and season. Now I've just opened the graphic settings for the Free Fire game. So I haven't changed a bit here. It is all same like whatsoever been shipped whenever you'll be installing this game on your phone. So according to your phone's hardware specification, it is selected ultra graphic and so on. Again, I played the same 2 to 3 different times, 1 hour of gameplay on both the versions. So on Android 10 Beta 5 version, for a 1 hour of gameplay, the battery consumption was 8 to 9%. Whereas on Android 10 Beta 4, it was 14 to 15%. So on Android 10 Beta 4, it was somewhat bad, like almost a difference of 5 to 6%. Whereas temperature readings on Android Beta 5 were like 19 before starting, and as soon as I completed 1 hour of gameplay, it was 29 degree. Whereas on Android 10 Beta 4, it was 33 before starting the gameplay and 40 as soon as I completed a 1 hour of gameplay. But on both the Android 10 Beta version, be it 5 or 4, I haven't seen a lag. On Free Fire, it was a butter smooth. So overall, gaming experience was good. So after battery section, now let's move to the connected devices. So in connected devices, I usually test Bluetooth and screencasting. So Bluetooth is working absolutely fine, be it for file transfer and audio via Bluetooth devices on both the versions, be it Android 10 Beta 4 and Beta 5. Aside to that, screencasting, it is also working fine. but I'm only like able to connect with Intel based laptops rather than AMD based laptops, and it has been same in both the version, be it beta 5 or beta 4. So after connected devices, now let's move to the network and internet connections. So in this, Wi-Fi calling is available and working for Jio only. Still there is no information on Airtel whether it will be available or not, and it has been same on beta 5 and beta 4 both. Aside to that, no native video calling available, no call recorder available on both the versions, be it beta 5 or beta 4. Aside to that, Wi-Fi connectivity, mobile internet, SMS calls, all are working fine on both the versions, be it beta 5 or beta 4. After network and connection, now let's discuss about the quick settings. So all the available settings provided by ASUS, be it minor, major, simple, advanced, all are working absolutely fine on both the versions, be it beta 4 or beta 5. So again, no if and but on both the one. After this, now we'll be discussing from the default apps perspective. So I usually test FM radio and it is also working fine on both the version beta 4 and beta 5. So there is a no pain point or pinpoint in this part as well. Now let me open Play Protection. I would say Google Play Store, and we'll discuss device like I would say Play Protection certification. So device is certified on Android beta 5 and as well as on Android beta 4. Usually it's always device is certified whenever you will be flashing stock ROM with logged bootloader. But if you have unlocked your bootloader, then you will see device is not certified, and so which is common. So in that particular case, no one can do anything. But if you have installed Magix with respect to some custom recovery, then you can hide it and it will show you device is certified and so on. After this, now let's talk about status of camera to API. So it's good that on both the versions, be it beta 5 or beta 4, level 3 hardware support level is available, and you can select or you can choose any ported Gcam which is compatible with our device, that is ASUS Zenfone Max Pro M1, and you can use it. I'll be providing you a URL for the Gcam, or I would say ported Gcam, in the description box below, which I am using. So it is working absolutely fine except the slow motion. So this is that particular Gcam port, and I've used this from like in lots of versions, or I would say lots of custom ROMs as well, and I haven't seen a bit issue except that slow motion. Aside to that, Widevine certification or status of Widevine certification. So on both the versions, be it beta 4 or beta 5, it's L3 at my side, but if it will be L1 at your side, then in both the version it will show you L1. Aside to that, stock camera. So frankly speaking, I hardly use stock camera either on beta 5 or beta 4, but it's almost same in terms of UI. But on beta 5, I have seen some random errors which you can also face in terms of beta 4 as well, which I haven't faced, but it is common in beta 5 or beta 4 in both the scenario. So again, no major changes. And Gcam, we have already discussed about that as well. So aside to that, for the camera quality, I would say it has improved with respect to beta 1, beta 2 and beta 3, but on beta 4 and beta 5 it is almost same, even in video quality and so on. So but you can also share your I would say experience in the comment section below for the both the scenarios or both the versions. That will surely be helpful for me as well and for the other users as well. Now let's discuss about the benchmark scores. So firstly, we'll be going to discuss AnTuTu benchmark scores. So these are the scores on Android 10 beta 5 with 1,51,338, whereas on Android 10 beta 4 it was slightly less with respect to 5 to 6,000 point, which was 1,44,859. So we do see a significant change in terms of 6 to 7,000 points with respect to Android 10 beta 4 and Android 10 beta 5. So here Android 10 beta 5 is on upper edge. So I've just opened Geekbench 5 scores. So firstly we'll be opening CPU scores. So on Android 10 beta 5, single core scores are 281, whereas in I would say Android 10 beta 4 the single core scores were 279. So apart to this, multi-core score on Android 10 beta 5 is 1267, whereas on Android 10 beta 4 it was 1143. So we do see some significant change in multi-core score. Aside to that, computation score. So on the basis of OpenCL, on Android 10 beta 4 it is 443, whereas on Android beta 4 it was 442, hardly a change of 1%. But overall you will see significant change in terms of performance in Android 10 beta 5 because it is somewhat refined as compared to Android 10 beta 4. So we will be discussing this in terms of overall review score in like next 1 or 2 minutes before I'll be wrapping up this particular video. So after benchmark scores, the next part is related to RAM management. So overall, it is same for both the versions. So there is no if and buts. So there will hardly be a chance where you will see a significant performance in terms of overall RAM management, but it is almost same. Now it's the time to go over the overall review score. So if we'll go by overall review score for Android 10 Beta 5, so it is 80 out of 100, and Android 10 Beta 4 it is 85 out of 100, because of that battery matrix which are not working fine at my side. That's why I have given less marks to Android 10 Beta 5. But trust me, it is almost I would say it is much streamlined now, or I would say much smoother now with respect to Android 10 Beta 4. But battery is really a critical part in everyone's usage, be it daily usage or whatsoever your way of charging and so on. Some may tend to use it for 2 days and some may hardly use it for 1 day. So with respect to that part, that's why I've given 80 out of 100. But it has an upper edge of latest security patch, but rest is all same. And aside to that, before wrapping up the video, bugs. So same bugs. Zenfone logo is this, I would say, back on the boot screen. Gap between the navigation bar in case of gesture navigation is also same. So this home screen widget is fixed, and I think this has been done purposely by ASUS team. These flooded, I would say, setting suggestions. So this is really annoying, and this has been common in both the versions. So no problem. We can't do anything. Aside to that, few bugs posted by the community like frequent battery drainage, slow charging, apps crashing, and so on. So this was all from my side related to the review of Android 10 Beta 5 versus Android 10 Beta 4. Hope you like this video. If you really like this video, kindly share this with your friends and family. And apart from this, please subscribe to our channel, because this will surely motivate us and boost us to create more videos like this in the coming future. Finally, it's the time to sign off now. Bye for now. Thanks.